Hi guys, welcome out of hibernation. It's officially spring and I just thought I would show you what I have in my greenhouse, my indoor little grow space. It's not really a greenhouse, it's just in my basement, and if you can hear, I have a heater on. It's just a little space heater. I'll show you what it looks like if you can't see it. This one. It looks like this. It's noisy, I'm going to turn it off right now. If you're going in the basement, you're probably going to want a heater of some sort. I just have a simple little heater. It's set to the timer, so at night the heater goes off. I don't have to worry about it while I'm sleeping. During the day, I come down often to peek and see what's happening with the plants. So let's get started and I'll show you what's in my greenhouse. Right, Obi? Can we show them? Yes. Okay, so first of all, this is new to me this year, broccoli. I am trying to grow enough broccoli that I can blanch it and put it into my freezer for the entire winter. That's my goal. First time growing broccoli, I know that their cabbage moth is wicked, so I'm going to put it outside under, like in a plastic tunnel. And I heard that onions, which I'm also growing, are a good companion plant for broccoli. So I'm going to do a row of broccoli, a row of onions, a row of broccoli, and I'm going to cover it all in plastic. Once the frost is gone, I'm going to cover it in mesh, garden mesh. It's sheer, and so the butterflies can't get in and lay the eggs, because I have watched all of your posts on Instagram about those terrible little caterpillars that eat everything. Am I right? Okay, so other than broccoli, here in Ontario, Canada, we're allowed to grow cannabis plants. Look at how cute it is. It's such a cute little cannabis plant. Now, these plants, I don't know if they're going to be girls or boys, so I planted a few extra because obviously I'm going to have to kill some. So I think I have 6, just in case. You're only allowed to have 3 or 4 each. But some of them will be male, and you don't want male. Maybe you do, I don't. Okay, the other thing I'm growing here, nasturtiums. I started them from seed that I saved last year, and the seeds are really fun. They're like little balls, and really easy to collect and to find, but you have to find them before the squirrels find them, right, Obi? The squirrels love to eat those seeds. Yes. And what else do I have here? Okay, so we are growing Tiny Tim. I have not thinned these out. I usually like to give them to my friends and relatives because they're micro tomatoes, so they only grow maybe that tall. They'd have to be potted up from this pot. But you can keep them in a pot all summer and just water it when it gets dry, and you'll have little cherry tomatoes all summer. All summer. They just keep on giving, these guys. So Tiny Tim tomatoes. Then of course the classic marigolds, saved seed as well. I grow a lot of marigolds. They're supposed to be really good companion plants for keeping away a lot of pests, and super easy to grow. You don't have to have like a heat pad or anything like that. Just shove them in some soil and water them and they'll grow. They're awesome. And I love that mine are all orange and yellow. I don't really know if there's any other colors for marigolds, but those are my favorite garden colors. Now I have California Wonder. I know that they're still little, but the thing is, I had a really hard time starting these seeds, so this makes me really, really happy that all the seeds, what I did was I ended up buying seeds. I saved my seeds, none of them worked. I had 2 of them worked, I should say. Where are those ones? I'll have to grab them. But anyway, so I bought new California Wonder bell pepper seeds and new jalapeno seeds. I soaked them for 48 hours and every single one of them came up. So I don't know if the soaking them was the key or if I'm just terrible at saving pepper seeds, because every single one of my tomato seeds came up, and they always do. I always overplant. So I'm going to put that back in there, and I'm going to show you that I have started some pansies. And this year, I don't know how, but I managed to avoid the fungus gnats. This is just one of those sticky papers, and I put it on a skewer, just in case, so I know. I look at it every day to see if we have any, because once they plant eggs in the soil, or the eggs are in the soil and they turn into little flies, it's like you can't get rid of them. I don't know how I haven't gotten them this year. I'm thinking it's because I used my own compost mixed with just a simple, that's the baby monitor beeping, with a simple potting soil, just a simple potting soil. No seed starter, nothing like that, just, and my compost. Now, I do have a few weeds from my compost, obviously, but it saves me a lot of money. Okay, so, I'm going to show you. These are my babies. This year, I am growing almost 100 tomato plants. They're all paste tomatoes, and I am going to try to make enough to make it all the way through to tomato season next year. Last year, I grew between 50 and 60, and we just ran out of the last jar of salsa we're using right now, and the last jar of sauce weeks ago. So we really need more. And with the cost at the grocery store, it's a good idea. So anyway, I always grow more than I'm going to use, because if worse comes to worse and half your crop dies, you still have that half. So say I have 150 die, I still have 50, and I know I can get through the winter with that. But it would be great to have way more salsa, because we love canned salsa. Get out of the way. Okay, so I just started these seeds. Now, this one is zinnias, and this one is mini cosmos. So I just started them today. They're just sitting here. They don't need light when your seeds are first germinating. They just need heat and the water. So it doesn't really matter that they're over here. I'm going to have to play Tetris to try to figure out what goes on what shelf, and then these guys are going to get too tall and I'm going to have to move the lights. It's lots of fun. So the last thing I have on my grow lights over here, which are just in the basement, these are Roma tomatoes. Whoops. You can see they're a little bit smaller than the San Marzano, because they're determinate. So they don't keep growing and growing and growing. They grow so big, they set their fruit. Once their fruit is done, it's done. Whereas San Marzano will just keep growing and growing and making more fruit. It's indeterminate. Okay, I have one more thing to show you that's been successful. Okay, this is a California Wonder plant that I overwintered. It's the only one that looks like it's still alive. But I'm super excited because now I have a plant that's going to be producing fruit probably in June, or maybe even sooner. Okay guys, so it was great to show you around my grow space, and within the next couple of weeks it's going to expand all over the floor. My husband literally, he builds me these little frames. Okay, here we go. Let's see if I can get a shot. See this frame here? He built that for me, and I just hang my lights, and I'm literally just using the whole space down here in the basement. So I hope you're having a great spring like I am, planting my little heart out. Let me know if you have any questions, anything I can help you with, especially tomatoes. That's something I've been growing for a really long time. And I will be along shortly in a few weeks to show you how these plants are doing. Okay, bye everybody. Happy spring.